Hello, Miss Smith. How are you today? Good, good. Well, Fluffy did wonderful today for his dental. We got in there, we cleaned all the plaque and discoloration off his teeth. We got all the, plaque that was under his gum line out. His breath is smelling way better, and he's all waking up and super happy to see you, ready to go home. But what I do want to talk about today is how we can keep his mouth nice and clean. Yes, this is very important to do as it will lessen the risks of his teeth getting worse to this kind of state again. It'll avoid things like tooth extractions having to happen. It'll reduce the time it takes for us to do our dental cleaning in practice. So he'll be under for less time, you'll be without him for less time, all of which is a good thing, and he'll be overall healthier and happier as his teeth are getting nice and cleaned. So I know this may seem like a scary process, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to walk you through it, explain to you how we go about getting him used to his teeth being brushed, how you brush his teeth. I'm going to address all those things in our little discussion we're going to have today. Yeah, okay. So what I want you to do first is go to a store after you leave here today, or look online and order some dog toothpaste and some dog toothbrushes. They have them pretty much everywhere, PetSmart, Amazon, Chewy, things like that, you can get them. And you need to get the dog version for him. I know you want to get started today with this whole tooth cleaning process, but you can't use the toothpaste you have at home that you use because it's not safe for them. It'll get them sick, and all the additives and stuff are not really needed for dog teeth like they are for our teeth, so that'll cause issues, and we really want to stick to dog grade toothpaste. Also, the process will be significantly more difficult if it's a minty thing, because the dog toothpastes come in chicken, liver, meat flavors that the animals will be super excited to be eating, and they're not particularly fond of mint, so that it'll be way more difficult if you're trying to give them the mint toothpaste, plus all the issues it'll cause. So what we're going to want to do, once we have acquired the toothpaste and the toothbrushes, is get them used to us touching their mouths. You probably don't often touch Fluffy's mouth, as it's not something you really would do. So what you're going to want to do is kind of get them used to your hand being near their mouth, make sure they're not biting at you or growling or really not liking you touching their mouth. Once they're used to you being more near their mouth, you kind of want to start opening their mouth, taking a look around, seeing what you can see in there. You know, get used to their teeth, get used to where their teeth are, things like that. So like this is a process for you to get used to it and Fluffy to get used to it. So yeah, like look around at those teeth, kind of put your hands in there. See, like as they get more agreeable and okay with you touching their mouth and opening their mouth, you can start to put your hands in there, kind of feel around their teeth, as long as they're okay with it, and as long as you and they are comfortable. So once they're used to you touching their mouth, it'll make the process of brushing the teeth way easier. So you're going to want to treat the toothpaste basically like it's a treat. So when they see it, they get super excited. They're like, oh, treat time, things like that. So yeah, just squeeze a little bit out onto your finger and let Fluffy lick it. And then as he gets used to licking it, and he'll lick it off your finger and things like that, you can start like putting it on his teeth. Like put it on his front incisors, which are his front teeth. And, you know, let him lick it off his teeth. You know, put it like, and once he gets comfortable with that, you can move further and further back, getting those back teeth, and just let him lick it off. And once he gets used to like it being on his teeth and the feeling of it's on his teeth, because that's all, you know, new for him, it'll be way easier to progress on to using your finger to scrub around in there. You're going to want to do that. You're going to want to scrub those teeth. And I know you're afraid he might bite you. Yeah, I know. It's weird for you. He may. But it's really not a nasty bite, and he's a pretty agreeable dog. So, it's kind of just like a bite out of like, what's happening? I'm confused, you know, there's a hand in my mouth. Maybe it's food. Let's try chewing it kind of thing. More than like a nasty interaction. And if you get him really used to this whole process and you put in the time to get him used to it, it probably will be less likely that you're going to get bit. But you could get bit, and, you know, Even though that could happen, this process is important in keeping him healthy and getting those teeth cleaned. Much like how we like our teeth cleaned, they probably don't like not having their teeth cleaned, and he won't get, periodontal disease, abscesses, grossness, like staying on, because their plaque is much like ours at first. It can come off if you brush it, but if you leave it on there for an extended period of time, it'll harden and get that discoloration and turn into tartar, which we need to clean with our ultrasonic cleaners here, that you won't be able to get off when you brush their teeth. So if you can get that off before he has to come here for a dental and before it hardens, then his teeth will stay way cleaner, and you'll also get rid of that bad breath. So I think despite the fact that you could get bit, it's a way better option, as in saving you money and keeping your pet healthy and happy. Sorry. Yes. So once he's used to you using just your finger to brush his teeth, you can move on to the little finger toothbrush that they have and apply it on there. Let him lick it off there to get used to that. And once he's used to that, he's used to you, having your hands in his mouth, opening his mouth, touching his teeth. He's used to this toothpaste on his teeth. You can start scrubbing, and he'll start to get more used to, at this point, he's probably pretty used to you being near his mouth with this tube and this taste. So once you get in there with the scrub tool, you're going to want to get as many teeth as you can, and you're going to be wanting to scrub in a circular kind of motion, much like we do for our own teeth, and trying to get as much teeth as you can. You want to get the front, you want to get the sides, you want to get the back. You want to get all of his teeth. He does have some teeth extracted, so don't let that freak you out, but you're going to want to get all the teeth that are there. And you're going to want to get that plaque off, you're going to want to look for the discoloration, you're going to want to look for plaque, much like on our teeth, and you're going to just want to scrub. Scrub, scrub, scrub. And if you see things like red gums, if you see that like brownish on the teeth, that is normal for a dog who doesn't have his teeth cleaned frequently, or maybe you just didn't get it out. So he can come here and get those things treated. Like, we'll go under the gum line and get all that plaque that's gone up there out and clean his mouth even better. So there are some things that you may see that you're like, whoa, what's that? And yeah, they're normal though. If anything really weird you're seeing, always call the clinic. And if it's something weird that you're like, oh, this isn't normal, you can always call us anyway, even if it's just some simple thing. Don't be worried about calling. Okay, so once he's used to that, you can move on to the toothbrush that's attached to a stick, much like ours, but it's really not necessary. And it may be more difficult with your dog because he's like, oh, there's another thing you're adding, so you might just want to stick with your hands if it's comfortable and you have better dexterity with your hands, but you can move on to that if you prefer that. How do you get those back teeth and the inside teeth? So the back teeth, you kind of have to just try and get in there. I know it's going to be difficult. Sometimes it's hard to see where you're going, and they're really covered, and he might not let you open his mouth enough to get to those teeth. But yeah, you got to try and get back there. And the inside of the teeth is also hard because they are more worried about getting bit there, right? Yeah. But you got to try and get those teeth, and if you really can't get them, it's okay. The tongue will do the work, and honestly, any amount of cleaning and brushing and toothpaste on those teeth is good, as it's a start, and it'll make his teeth cleaner. And even if you can't do much, it's good to get started, and it will reduce the amount of time he's under anesthesia and in our clinic to get cleaned. So yes, that is the basics of our whole process here for cleaning teeth. If you are confused on any steps, there are tons of videos online if what I'm explaining isn't clear enough, or if you want to see it, in person. Like, they'll do it on the YouTube video and you can see it. I also have this little pamphlet here for you, all about the things I mentioned today that I created about how to care for your pet's teeth. We have sections like how do you get started, why is brushing important, and then the process is over here. Then I got this little cute picture of a dog smiling for you, and some common questions, which are similar to the ones you asked today, that you can get your information from. Also, I included the clinic's phone number and an email for me on the back, so you can talk to us directly if you have any questions. And do you have any other questions or concerns that I can answer for you right now? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Fluffy is so cute. He's such a good boy. Yeah, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to call the clinic. Thank you.